Welcome back. Good day in the office for the defending champions Manchester City. They've beaten Luton Town 5-1 to go top of the table for the first time since November. Let's have a look at the story of the second half, because despite their domination in the first 45, they're only 1-0 up. But this goal from Kovacic, and it was quite an emphatic finish, was the least they deserved at the time.
Oh, it was a wonderful strike. I mean, he's got to watch that all the way. He has enough time to have a look at it, but it's easier said than done to get the connection like that. The accuracy, the power, all of those things. The technique is just magnificent. What a strike.
Especially as it's coming across your body. It's, you know, he's got to let that come across his body. And as you said, he's got to be absolutely spot on. And, you know, when he hit it, it was like the goalkeeper couldn't move. It was absolutely fantastic.
Let's have a look at the penalty incident that led to Manchester City's third. Jeremy Doku heavily involved. Was this a pretty straightforward decision for the referee to make, Les?
Yeah, as soon as he picks it up, he'd given him a torrid afternoon, and he just goes part, and that was just a tired lunge. You know, he'd done exceptionally well against him all game, but Doku, you take your hat off because he kept going, steps inside, and no question about a penalty.
Yeah, definite penalty. Tired. He's run at him all afternoon. He's got the ball, and that was a desperate lunge, and Haaland sticks it away really well. It was just a matter of which corner he was going to go to. Yeah. Keeper goes the wrong way, and it was a good penalty.
And he'll be happy with that,
yeah,
because it's been a frustrating few games for him.
Yeah, when you don't score, there's always, I don't care who you are, what you are, there's always one or two doubts come into your mind. So penalties are always nice to have.
Yeah. As for Luton Town, now, I suppose this will serve as a warning, really, to Manchester City. They've just got to keep their concentration levels, particularly with such a huge game, with Real Madrid coming up for that second leg.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it was too easy for them, you know, maybe a bit having too much confidence, I guess, and trying to... I know that's the way they want to play, and Pep wants them to do that, and normally they're very good at it. They just lose concentration and give the ball away. Having said that, still a lot to do from Barkley, and sticks away really well. Taking a little bit of criticism from the crowd, wasn't he? But that's the way to answer them.
How hard it is. We've seen this on so many occasions, teams wanting to play out, and inevitably, what we've watched today, every time they've played out, has put them in trouble.
Yeah, and you've got to give Luton credit. Yeah. Because, you know, they're almost on a hiding to nothing, but the fact that they just keep on going and to have something to show for it, confidence-wise, that must help.
Well, that's why they're in the position they are in terms of still having a real opportunity to stay in the division because of their character. It's been tough. It's been a tough season for them, but their belief, and they keep on going, and they did today.
Yeah. Jeremy Doku, after winning the penalty, did help City getting a fourth. This is a terrific individual goal, right?
Yeah, it certainly is. Pick it up here, and again, goes into Doku, takes him on again, and by this time, he's giving him twisted blood, hasn't he? Like, you know, I mean, his blood's all over the place, and goes inside, goes out, doesn't know where he's going, and cuts inside here, and then the coolness of the finish to put it through his legs and in the bottom corner.
I think Anya didn't know he's been in the game today.
When you've got that balance and that technique, I mean, at times he won't know what he's doing, so the defender won't have a clue. And he didn't really today, and he certainly got the better of him today. It was a good performance from Doku.
Yeah, he's proven such a threat down that left side for Manchester City. But that wasn't the end of the goals, of course. Gvardiol, just as we saw in midweek in the Champions League, on his weaker side as well.
Well, he had a pop in the first half, didn't he? Which didn't quite get the accuracy that he wanted, but certainly on this occasion, he actually goes to bend that. You know, the keeper sort of looks at his eyes as if he's going to hit it to his left-hand side, but then comes back across it and whips it to the near side. Keeper's got no chance, high into the net. What a finish that is.
Looks like he's making a habit of this, and it's quite a good habit to have at this stage of the season for Man City. Cool.
Yeah,
what a finish.
You'd be proud of that. And I know
absolutely,
you guys like to hit the ball just a little bit.
Proud from 1 yarders, never mind with great strikes like that.
Yeah. As for Manchester City, of course, I mean, for their goal difference, this is quite important because it could come down to that. With these three title contenders all going head-to-head, they've overtaken Liverpool after their 5-goal showing. Of course, Liverpool have yet to play tomorrow. But that makes things even more intriguing. And the fact that we now see City back on top, but for the first time since November, have they timed it at just the right time?
They've done their job this weekend. Again, that's what you've got to do. It's particularly when you're playing first, because you know for a fact the others are going to be watching you. They would have expected them to win today, but what they've taken the 3 points, and they've also, as you said, improved their goal difference. So up to now, City have done their job, and it's over to the other two.
What will also help about their confidence levels, not that they need much more boosting, 105 touches in the opposition box is a record seen in the Premier League since they began making such statistics. I mean, that's quite something.
That certainly is. And, you know, in the first half, we was wondering, was it going to be one of those days where they got chance after chance and you know, end up winning 1-0? And we were talking about, would that be enough for Man City? But obviously for the goal difference and where they want to be, to do that and then get the 5 goals at the end of it, and it could have been more, they'll be delighted.
Is that the ideal outing before their Champions League return?
Yeah, it's exactly what Pep would have wanted. It doesn't look as if there's been any injuries. He's managed to take Haaland off, De Bruyne off, still get the 5 goals. So it's been a good day for them.
Yeah, and I suppose, Les, the fact that they didn't have to start Foden or the tired Rodri, who, dare I say, having had a rest, might feel better after that.
Yeah, certainly will do, and they'll be pleased that when you look at that squad, you're using your squad now. You know, you get to this stage of the season, and one thing you talk about is, have you got the squad of people, players to go the distance? They certainly have.
And Edison back.
Yeah, and Edison back, which is a big bonus.
Absolutely.
As for Luton, at the other end of the table, though, I mean, the problem is, of course, they were always going to struggle to try and pick up something from the Etihad. Yeah. But their future's not going to lie as to what happened there today. No.
I mean, if they were honest with themselves, they wanted to go there and put up a good showing. And if they looked at the game and the grand scheme of things and the way we do as well, no one really expected them to get anything from that game. But that doesn't mean that they're down or out. That's what I've said about Luton all season. At least they've given themselves a real opportunity of staying up. It doesn't matter whether the teams have been docked points for whatever reasons. Yeah. They have got a good opportunity and they've stuck together. They've got a great team spirit, and you just never know. That might be enough.
I always think in these situations as well that, you know, and you're right, they've got good team spirit, but you keep having to pick yourself up, and in the end that wears you down a little bit. It wears you down, and I'm starting to see a couple of performances where I'm expecting them to go and get results and they're not, because, you know, that picking up all the time becomes a heavy laden in the end.
Absolutely. Well, I'm delighted to say we can get live post-match reaction to that big win for Manchester City with their flying winger who got a goal and an assist, Jeremy Doku, who joins us now from the Etihad. Jeremy, very well done today. I mean, after a pretty frustrating first half in which you only managed 1 goal despite your domination, that was a big second 45 from Manchester City.
Yes, thanks. We knew that it will be difficult. It's a team that plays very deep. We tried to create some chances. First half, we were a little bit unlucky. But at the same time, we also have to be careful for the counter-attacks. That's what we did, but we just had to have patience. So we had, and second half, we scored a nice goal with Kova, something that we trained on training. So, and after that, it was a little bit easier to score. And then when they scored, we know that we need some goals, especially for the title race, can be important. And at the end, we're happy that we could score 5.
Are you thinking about the goal difference? Because interestingly, you've now gone beyond Liverpool's after today's win.
Yeah, of course. But as a player, like, we always want to score as much as possible. So even without the title race or without anything else, we're just a team that always wants to score goals because it's good for the head. Mentality is good. So we're a team that always wants to score goals.
Jeremy, you enjoyed that, didn't you? It was your type of game. Plenty of the ball, runner, that defender, goal, assists. It's a good afternoon for you personally.
Yeah, now, of course, I'm happy. Like, there are some games where you create some chances, but the statistics doesn't follow. But today was a good day. I created some chances and also could have my goal. I tried to look for it. And today it worked, so I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, we're just having a look at that goal now. I mean, obviously, you're causing, your opposite number all sorts of trouble, particularly by winning the penalty. I suppose once you've got that psychological edge, that kind of gives you more confidence to keep going, right?
Yes, of course. I think when you dribble or when you like to go direct at your defender, confidence is a huge part. So when I have confidence, I know that I'm going past him. And even if I don't, next time I go again, and I believe I go past him then. And I know that the defender, because he told me also, like, he doesn't want it. He want me to play back. So just go at him, and then even if I don't have to dribble, because sometimes, like, he calls another player with him, and then it attracts 2 or 3 players, and then, like, at the last goal, someone else is free, and then I don't need to dribble. I can just attract players and play with the pass to, for example, Guardiola.
Finally, I know there's a few games left of the season, but to go top of the table for the first time since November, it feels like you're making that run to the top at just the right time.
Yes, of course. I think now we are putting pressure. The most important is to look game by game, just focus on what we have to do, winning games, and then we can look at what they do.
Brilliant stuff. Jeremy, thanks for joining us today. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good penalty. It's in. No messing. Oh, no. It's a dreadful penalty.